This is the beginning of the inside-outside mask. The first step is to do the research and to write the short paper. This is my kind of notes, my sketches. Whenever I start to work on a project, I like to do sketches, write little notes. This is getting my ideas down to figure out how my project is going to look. Now, this is just a beginning template. Things change, things alter while you're in the making process, but it's good to have sort of a beginning idea or a blueprint before you get started. And so my idea for my mask was to, instead of showing something that is inside, it's to show something that I would like to be more on the outside. So I feel like I am very serious a lot of times and very work-oriented, and so I want to bring out more fun and more playfulness in my everyday life. So in thinking about the type of lines and the shapes for things that are fun, I wrote a lot of these down. So like the zigzag lines, the curves, shapes that are like confetti, I wrote right here. And then as I started thinking about this, I was really inspired as an artist by Memphis Design Style, which you may or may not be familiar with. And it's a really fun, playful type of design. It's come back recently in the last few years, so you're probably going to be really familiar with it. There's a lot of grids, a lot of underlying structure. And so that's going to be sort of what my base of my mask is. So I have this grid that's going to come in that's going to be black and white. I have a lot of really graphic stripes that are really bright and eye-catching. And then I'm going to bring in some of the other playful shapes. So here I have a cube, a zigzag, triangle. So these little fun shapes. And then also use some playful colors. So either really bright saturated colors and then also some pastel colors because those are also fun. And I'm going to stick mostly with the primaries, so red, yellow, and blue, because typically those do symbolize playfulness, childlike quality, fun. But I might interject some secondaries. We'll just have to see as I go along. So yeah, so this was my beginning starting point. And for this one, we're going to use your paper mask that came in your kit. So they're the mask that already has the elastic attached. If they're a little rough, like this one had some scuzz in the eyes, kind of smooth that out a little bit, and you're ready to go. And you can start this however you like. I actually like to sketch. Since they're paper, you can do that. So you can grab a pencil. And I have a giant eraser here because I like to erase. I make lots of mistakes. And I started drawing that sketch directly onto the mask. So now I have a template more or less to follow as I'm painting. And for me, I like having that. It helps me know where I'm supposed to go. If you don't like to work that way, you don't have to. It's a total personal preference. And then I can take the acrylic paints and go over it. One thing I did think would be fun though was to have some of the shapes coming off or out of the mask. So what I need to work on now is I've cut out some of these shapes out of thinner cardboard. So you see it's really thin. It's just like one ply, like a cereal box or, you know, some really thin cardboard. Got these shapes, and what I want to do, just so that way it's a little more fun and I'm breaking the mask a little bit, as I'm going to cut a little slit right here and insert the zigzag here. And then I'm going to do the same thing down here for the triangle. I want that triangle to be in the cheek, I think. That's my plan anyways. So I'm going to insert both of these, make a little cut with my X-Acto knife because I just know it's going to be a little bit more precise. Hot glue them in, and then I'm going to start to paint. And I'll speed this up so that way you guys can at least see a little bit of the process. But overall, in general, once you do the research, this will probably be the fastest mask of the class. So there you go. So I went ahead and painted these cardboard cutouts white. So that way when I paint them colors later, possibly, that they'll be a really bold, saturated color. One thing I'm learning right now is I should have done that before I glued them in. So just a tip, paint before you glue stuff in. So here's the finished mask. I did make sure to go ahead and paint the back side of the small cardboard pieces I inserted. And then at the end I went back and firmed up some of the black lines and with my tiny paintbrush just to make it really clean. Good luck!